Zhang Linghe rocks Bulgari's show. Tian Xiwei makes a surprise appearance and delights the audience. That evening's Bulgari event truly transformed into an unforgettable stage, as if the entire space was filled with an unusual energy from the moment guests began arriving. The futuristic lighting reflecting off the venue's glass walls created a cool yet luxurious atmosphere, while the black marble floors enhanced the sense of elegance that almost felt like a scene from a high-end film. Amidst the spotlight, Zhang Linghe's presence immediately became the center of attention. He strode in with a poised, polished, and confident aura, wearing a suit that blended modern aesthetics with Bulgari's signature classic touches. As soon as he appeared in the main area of the event, the atmosphere shifted immediately. The photographers, who had been subdued until then, reacted, their cameras clicking non-stop, creating a symphony of flashes flashing through the air. Not only the media, but also the guests were transfixed. Some even stopped talking mid-sentence just to make sure they didn't miss the moment Zhang Linghe strode across the carpet with steady yet charismatic strides. The spotlight intensified as the details of the Bulgari B.01 jewelry he was wearing became clearly visible. The metallic sheen reflected the stage lights, creating a visual effect that made her seem like part of a living art installation, not just an invited guest. However, that wasn't the end of the moment. Just as the atmosphere was beginning to stabilize, whispers suddenly erupted, turning into a small commotion from one side of the room. People began to turn toward the other entrance, as if sensing something unexpected was about to happen. And sure enough, the atmosphere exploded when Tian Xiwei made his surprise appearance. His presence seemed to interrupt the flow of the already flowing event, shifting everyone's attention instantly and uncompromisingly. The audience's reaction was spontaneous. Some guests covered their mouths in surprise, while others immediately reached for their phones to record the rare moment. Small cheers mingled with unconcealed excitement. Tian Xiwei strode in with a gentle yet confident smile, as if accustomed to the intense energy surrounding her. Her dress reflected the light in a different way, more subdued but still captivating everyone's attention. In a matter of seconds, the atmosphere of the venue transformed from serene elegance to a frenzy of enthusiasm. Many called this moment more than just a fashion show, but a rare confluence of pop culture in one place. The cameras were rolling non-stop again, this time shifting focus between Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei. Every small movement between the two seemed to be the most sought-after material for the international photographers in attendance that night. Amidst the increasingly intense crowd, Zhang Linghe maintained his composure. He repeatedly greeted guests and the media with a polite smile, as if trying to strike a balance between the event's glamour and personal warmth. Meanwhile, Tian Xiwei seemed to be enjoying the atmosphere in a different way. He waved to fans and guests several times, creating a more intimate and humane moment amidst the exuberant luxury. When the two were in the spotlight, the atmosphere seemed to reach a fever pitch. Many immediately captured the moment, calling it one of the most iconic gatherings in the fashion world this year. Beyond the glitz, the Bulgari show that night also featured a futuristic design installation that reinforced the brand's identity. The combination of blue and gold lights created a visual effect reminiscent of a luxurious futuristic world. Several VIP guests were even seen engaging in small talk about how the presence of the two stars elevated the overall value of the event. It was more than just a collection launch, but a cultural event that had gone viral globally. As the speeches began, Zhang Linghe once again took center stage. He stood quietly and delivered simple yet meaningful remarks, bringing a calm and focused atmosphere to the previously noisy atmosphere. Hello, thank you very much. I'm so happy to meet you at the Bulgari event today. This is my first time attending a Bulgari event, and I'm so proud to be part of this family. The words sounded light, yet their resonance was strong enough to bring smiles to many. There was a genuine warmth behind every word he uttered amidst the opulence of the event. After the speech, the atmosphere turned emotional again. The guests broke into a long round of applause, as if appreciating not just his words, but also the actor's presence and energy. Amidst the lingering glare of the stage lights, the atmosphere of the venue slowly began to shift to a more intimate one. The previously majestic background music now softened, allowing the guests to truly absorb the evening's events. Many remained standing, as if reluctant to let the moment pass. Several photographers remained in their best positions, hoping to capture another spontaneous moment. However, what was visible instead were smaller, quieter interactions, such as fleeting smiles between guests and whispers about how unexpected the surprise they had just witnessed was. Zhang Linghe was seen again slowly walking to the side of the stage, this time out of the spotlight, but still exuding an aura that was hard to ignore. He paused to chat briefly with some of the guests, revealing a warm side rarely captured on camera. On the other side of the room, Tian Xiwei also appeared more relaxed after his surprise moment that went viral throughout the venue. He chuckled as he chatted with several industry colleagues, while occasional guests enthusiastically asked for photos. The atmosphere, initially filled with cheers, now shifted to a more subdued celebration, like the afterglow of a major concert. The lights reflecting off the glass decorations created a warm, calming atmosphere, as if concluding the first act of a long evening. Several VIP guests began to move to the exclusive lounge area, discussing the details of the newly exhibited Bulgari collection. Discussions about the design, materials, and symbolism of the B.01 jewelry could be heard in various corners of the room, demonstrating that this event wasn't just about celebrities, but also about the appreciation of art and craftsmanship. Despite this, the names of Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei continued to be a hot topic. Many recounted the moment when the two were together, describing it as an unplanned combination that felt so right, visually and emotionally. Outside the venue, the atmosphere was equally lively. Fans who had been waiting since the beginning of the show lingered, hoping to catch a glimpse of the stars as they exited. Small cheers erupted with every movement at the main entrance, signaling that the euphoria wasn't quite over yet. As the show slowly faded, the atmosphere around the venue still held a lingering sense of euphoria that was difficult to completely dissipate. The crew busily began to tidy up equipment, but small talk among them remained filled with comments about how the evening had far exceeded initial expectations. Several international media outlets in attendance were also still editing their final footage on their devices. They knew that what was happening tonight wasn't just ordinary coverage material, but content with the potential to spread rapidly around the world within hours. Zhang Linghe was briefly seen backstage again, this time in a more subdued mood. She waved briefly to some of the event staff and team, demonstrating a humble attitude after being the center of attention all night. Not far away, Tian Xiwei also left a trail of small moments that once again caught the attention of candid cameras. Her relaxed smile and lighthearted interactions with the Bulgari team gave the impression that she was thoroughly enjoying every second of the experience. Outside the venue, the atmosphere remained lively even though the official event had concluded. Fans who had stayed since the beginning still held their posters and phones, hoping to catch one last moment before it was all over. When Zhang Linghe finally appeared at the exit, a small cheer erupted from the crowd. Although it was only a few seconds, it was enough to revive the atmosphere, as if the closing ceremony had been the most emotional part of the entire evening. Tian Xiwei followed shortly after, and the fan reaction immediately intensified. Many shouted his name enthusiastically, while others simply stood there, stunned, as if they hadn't expected to see him so close. The streetlights surrounding the venue cast a warm glow, making the entire scene feel like the finale of a movie. Luxury cars waiting at the entrance added a sense of elegance that had been consistent since the show's inception. As the vehicles began to leave, the crowd slowly dispersed with satisfied faces, each carrying their own stories of a night filled with surprises, glamour, and moments that would be hard to replicate. And as the streets emptied again and the venue's lights began to dim completely, one conclusion remained in everyone's minds. That night at the Bulgari show had become more than just a fashion event, but an event that would live on in the entertainment and pop culture world for a very long time.